Last night, I was having a conversation with a really good friend of mine. God, we must have talked 3 or 4 hours on the phone. And at one point, he said, "This must be really difficult for you to talk about all this stuff." Because we were talking about all my dysfunctions and how messed up I am, and, you know, and things I've learned about it and learned about myself and learned about what keeps us from struggling and or creates our struggle. And, he's like, it just must get exhausting for you to always go there. And I said to him, I said, the answer, the truth is, it's actually the opposite. The only place I ever feel safe, where I feel the most complete, the most calm, is when the conversation is really deep, really vulnerable, and everything's out on the table. That's pure safety for me. When I can share anything and everything, like nothing is off limits. If I ever feel like I can't fully share everything, it scares the living hell out of me. And as I said to him, I said, that's one of my problems is in public, I'm scared to death. Unfortunately, because of my grandfather, when you see me in public, most people think I'm incredibly aloof, arrogant, the way I stand, my facial features, everything, they're afraid to approach me. He's one of those, people assume I'm this rich, cocky guy. Well, the truth is, in those situations, like a dinner party, networking event, whatever it may be, a big group of people, what's going on inside of me is pure terror. Because I know that the way I stand and carry myself is sending that message, but it's not how I feel inside. Inside, I'm freaked out. Because most of the conversations are going to be very superficial and very inauthentic, and that scares me because I can't be me. I'm having to hold back who I am. And I know for most people it's the opposite. It's like, oh no, I don't want to go deep. I'd rather keep things superficial. Like we talked about dating, and an old friend of mine years ago was like, "Kenny, you're so intense." Because I didn't know that people on a date talk about the weather or sports or hobbies. Like, that's not what I talk about. And I didn't know that's what you're supposed to do. That scares the living hell out of me. And so when I'm in a public place and there's that superficiality going on, I'm spending the whole time standing there trying to think about, I know that the way I'm standing and my facial features are sending the message that I want you to stay away, I'm arrogant, all of that stuff. And I'm trying to figure out what I can do differently, but also I know what I'm feeling inside. What I'm feeling inside is completely different, but I know that's what's being communicated. And so the whole time I'm in that situation, I'm talking myself off the ledge. I'm breathing. I'm reminding myself, it's okay. I'm okay. I can be here. This is safe. Whereas, for most people, it's the opposite. Like they start to get vulnerable. All that stuff comes up. For me, it's the complete opposite. Like this type of video, talking about this feels safe to me to admit this. To not, like I just freak out. And it's just very uncomfortable for me. It's part of why I live a very quiet life. Because I get so uncomfortable having to be that superficial thing that goes on in public with most of the population. I can't be me. And so I don't know how to start a conversation with somebody. And so I'm not very good at it. What I try to do is just ask questions about them, just let them talk. But I know that sometimes that comes across as arrogant, and it's not what I'm intending. I just don't know what else to do. It's the best I can do in that moment. Is I know that this person isn't able to go deep. And that's okay, they don't need to. But in a situation like that, I get petrified and pull back. And I know for everyone else it's the opposite, but that's just what happens to me. So if you see me in public and I look that way, just remember that's not what's going on inside of me. I'm trying to survive. I'm literally trying to survive because it's so uncomfortable for me to not be vulnerable. So anyway, what's it like for you? How do you navigate all that stuff? You don't have to share it publicly if you don't want, but maybe think about it. But anyway, I just wanted to let you know, if you see me, that's what's happening in me. I'm not judging anyone or anything. I'm trying to survive the moment until I get a chance to be around somebody who's able to go really deep and have those discussions. So waiting for someone where I can actually come out. But if I'm in a public setting, I can't come out. I can't be me because everyone else around, it would freak them out. And so I'm trying to respect that this isn't safe for them. And I can't let who I am out because it would make them uncomfortable. And so my protection mechanism comes across as very detached, aloof, and that's not what's going on inside of me. So anyway, now you know. If you ever run into me and I look that way or you get that feeling, it's the exact opposite. So anyway, I hope you're all having a great morning. And just so you know, if a lot of comments I won't be able to respond to today, I have a meeting that's lasting all day, but when it's over, I'll respond to everybody. So, all right, have a great day.